Welcome back to White Mountains Today here on White Mountain TV 16. Joining us in the studio, Stuart Taylor from the Boston Museum of Science. So you took a big travel up here. How are you this morning, Stuart?
Fine, great.
And you're ready to do some hiking.
We are. Tomorrow morning, I was watching all those pictures you had of Mount Washington, so I'm really inspired because tomorrow we're doing a hike up there to raise money for the Museum of Science.
And this is called the Washburn Climb.
It is?
And it's the 6th annual Washburn Climb. And so obviously you've done it 5 times. Well,
I haven't done it 5 times. There are my colleagues have done it 5 times, some of them, but this is my 2nd time.
Oh, very cool. And so let's talk about what it is, because it's not just your regular climb. You enhance it by making you do it more.
Some of us are doing this up and down in one day. Some of us are doing this up and down twice, if you can believe that, in one day. And then others are getting up at some ungodly an hour in the morning to do this, to do the whole presidential in the day.
That is terrific. And it's a fundraiser, as you said, for the Museum of Science.
Yes.
Now, can somebody still join, participate?
Yes. Well, I'm not sure about participating, but you can definitely support us. And you'll see the MOS.org. You can find out more about the climb and support, which goes to the great work at the museum.
Oh, that's terrific. So, so as we said, it's the 6th annual that you're doing it. And I guess there's some photos from a previous year of the people who enjoyed going up to the top of Mount Washington. Now, I like the fact that you said there are people who are going to go up and come back down and then go back up again and then come back down.
Yeah, that takes a lot of dedication.
That's for the hardy souls. I'll do that at home. I'll go into the kitchen, to the fridge, get something from the fridge, go back to the couch, and then a little later on, I'll go back to the fridge.
But they're not actually going up and down the same trail. So they're going up, leaving, where the Cog Railroad is, and then going over to Pinkham Notch, and then coming back to Pinkham Notch, going back to Cog Railroad.
So that being said, we've left your car on the west side.
Exactly.
So in order to get your car, you have to come back and get it. Well, that's very cool. I thought they were going to kind of go up and go back.
No, that'd be boring. So now they're doing the right over to the other side and then back again.
Very cool. Now, of course, this is for the Museum of Science in Boston.
Yep.
And probably, as you said, it's the 2nd most popular tourist destination in Boston, and I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that in the least. As I was telling you earlier, my kids, if we're going anywhere within like 50 miles of Boston, can we go to the Museum of Science? Is what they always say, because it's always changing.
I hear that story over and over again, and you hear that story about my kids just dying to go there. As I have 2 kids, and we live nearby, and they always want to go there, so we're there awful lot. And you're right, it's always changing. There's a great exhibit there right now about Egypt and archaeology of Egypt, and so it's all about how people discover things in Egypt. And we've got one opening about a Pixar animation that they're doing. Of course, there's always the Omni Theater, and then there's the new planetarium, which has recently been revised, and it's fantastic, renovated planetarium. Yeah,
I get the email newsletter, so I'm always kind of on the uptake of what's going on down at the Museum of Science.
Well, you probably know more than I do. Then.
Well, there you go. So, I guess we're gonna get. And because there is, with the special exhibits too, it gives you that extra reason to go down. Besides all the favorites, and we were talking about some of the favorites, the musical staircase and the trophy room and all the different things. And I mean, it's been around for all these years, and like you said, a lot of people like some of those same things each time. I mean, they're going back and they're like, oh, I get to see that again. I get to see the space capsule and everything else.
So not only, this money that we're raising obviously goes for that, but then the museum does an awful lot of things that people don't even realize probably. So a lot of this, we have a bus that goes out and takes us out to schools, the museum at the schools. They do a lot around science and education, or science and engineering education, so a lot of outreach type programs as well, as the things that you actually just see in the museum.
Very cool. Yeah, and there's, like you say, there's always stuff. Plus, you do some nighttime things and different things, and you have memberships, so you can go on a regular basis.
Oh, membership's a great deal.
Then
you just show up and go see whatever you want to see that day,
and show your card. And that's one of those things. If you just want to go and check it out for a couple hours, and you can come back and even I'm sure there's people who are watching right now. They're saying, yeah, but that's in Boston. That's far away, but it's not. I mean, Boston is an easy drive for us up here, and if you do have the membership, you can just kind of say, yeah, we're going to Fenway, but we're going to go to the Museum of Science first, or we're going shopping, we'll go to the Museum of Science after, whatever it is. You can make it a part of your day. It's a very easy thing to do. So And so if somebody wanted to, perhaps they're saying, wow, I want to help the Museum of Science out and donate to the Washburn Climb, how could they do that? How could they sponsor somebody?
Well, online, mos.org, I think it's /Washburn Climb. Would be the easiest way to do it.
Boy, that makes that pretty easy, doesn't it?
You know, one thing we should talk about, I should mention why Washburn.
I guess why Washburn?
Because Washburn was not only, I mean, he's one of these fantastic men. He was an incredible explorer, mountaineer, cartographer, and photographer. And I don't know if you've seen, you know, the classic picture of Tuckerman's Ravine, yes. Black and white, beautiful, beautiful. But also, he was the first director of the Museum of Science. So
I did not know that.
Wow. There you go. So, and you know, if anybody really wants to be inspired, I was up recently, a couple of weeks ago, at the AMC hut at Crawford Knott's.
Yep.
They have a display of his
the whole gallery,
pictures, which are absolutely stunning.
Now, was he the one who landed the plane on Mount Washington?
He may have done that. I'm not sure about that.
I know somebody did once, and I can't remember.
That should be a trivia question.
There we go. It's a good trivia question. And when was the Museum of Science founded?
Well, I think he was the first director. I think it was about 1939, and it was the amalgamation of two museums. And there was a natural history museum, and then he was the one that founded kind of the museum as we know it today.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, Stuart, I want to thank you so much for coming down and seeing us, and good luck tomorrow.
Well, I saw you promised good weather for tomorrow. So
we did. They said that we could get a little bit of showers this afternoon. That'd be good because we kind of need that. And it'll kind of be nice on the trail. And I mean, tomorrow morning, 6:30, I bet it's going to be spectacular. So.
Fantastic. Okay.
So, Stuart, thanks so much for coming down.
Thank you very
much. And definitely go to mos.org and check out the Museum of Science and their website. And, of course, when you're down in Boston, you want to, of course, go to the Museum of Science and say hi to Stuart when you see him walking through the hallways there, too. So, and thanks again.
Thanks. Thank you.
And we'll be back here in a minute on White Mountains Today.